Hello, welcome to episode 2 of the Cat Lady podcast. My name is Andrea and I am the Cat Lady, CATT, craft all the things. I'm very excited to be starting episode 2. Episode 1 seemed to go over pretty well, so if you saw my little movie, I listed everywhere, all my social media outlets, and those are all also going to be on the blog, which is thecatlady.blogspot.com. Ravelry is Mrs. Andreazza Knits. Instagram is Mrs._Andreazza. All that fun stuff. So I made sure to have that little page in the intro. And if you were wondering, my intro and all that stuff is made in iMovie. I have an iMac. And my little song, ditty, whatever, was GarageBand. All of it thrown together relatively fast because I was really excited to get episode 1 out there. So, it might change. Pictures might change. Song might change. I don't know. So, it's all going to be a work in progress. I'm just having fun. So, as far as videoing, I'm using my Canon Rebel to take the video, which does okay. I notice the sound is a little muffly because it's picking it up from the camera, so it's not anything high tech. So maybe one day I could get a microphone if, I keep doing this for a long time. But for now it works, and that's my setup. So it's a pretty good setup. I'm sitting on a tripod, so it takes pretty clear video. So my name is Andrea, and I don't think I mentioned I'm from Michigan. So that's where I'm filming from. And I'm doing this episode a little bit early, actually, even though it's not going to be early to you. I did episode 1 on Monday, March 30th. It's now Wednesday, April 1st, so it's only been 2 days. But we are going on vacation next week to Florida. So I wanted to kind of get another episode under my belt to have ready to post when we get back. I don't really post anything, share much stuff when I'm on vacation. I don't like to announce to people everywhere that, hey, I'm out of town. So, there's creepy people on the internet, so I blame my husband for that paranoia, but it's smart to do. Don't be telling everyone you're out of town. So when we get back, I will have lots of fun Florida news, and I'm looking forward to the warm. It's not very warm here. Yesterday it snowed. And I didn't know it was going to snow, so I thought I was hallucinating when I came downstairs, and out of the corner of my eye, something didn't look right. I look out the window and my mouth flew open. I didn't expect it, and I didn't like it. So my kids came downstairs and said, it's a sad day, there's snow. And yes, it is a sad day when it snows, when it's supposed to be spring. We're all looking forward to some sunshine and warm and being able to get outside more, so the kids are going a little stir crazy inside. So yes, so on vacation, I'm hoping to visit a yarn store. We're going to Tampa. I've never been to Tampa, but I kind of went on my Google Maps and found a close by yarn store, Brandon's Yarn Boutique. So hopefully I can sneak away for an hour or two and check it out. And maybe I'll come back with some squishy, soft souvenirs. The Facebook group is doing pretty well for being open for a day. I have 84 likes, yay. At 100, maybe I'll do a little giveaway of sorts. I have no idea yet, but I can come up with something. So we're close to that. And then I have the Ravelry group as well. The Ravelry group is the Cat Lady podcast. It's actually still listed on the front page of new podcasts, so that's easy to find. The Facebook group is the facebook.com// the Cat Lady. So that's easy to find too. So come join us. I'll try to stay active on the Facebook group, especially for posting just pictures of things I'm working on and things I talk about here. So I just posted a picture of the yarn that I'm dyeing this morning. I am making the white with like a little rainbow stripe to make scarflet, like I talked about last time for one of Emily's teachers. So we'll see. It's steaming in the pot right now to set the dye. This is the first time I'm doing a steam method. Usually I would throw it in the microwave, but it always smells funny, and I don't really like putting plastic in the microwave. So I thought maybe the steam method would work. It says to steam for half an hour, and as opposed to the 2 minutes in, 2 minutes out, 2 minutes in the microwave. So a lot slower, but that's okay. Yeah, plastic microwave I just don't like. So that's that. Let's see. Well, let's talk about my Nitty Notty update. So you saw me make the Nitty Notty yesterday, or on the episode 1. So there's one of them. Here's one with yarn on it. And this yarn was already in a hank. They were all tied up nicely. However, something happened when I pulled it off my Swift, I think. It kind of fell off funny. And when I say my Swift, I mean my Tinker Toy Swift. Because I don't have a real one. So yes, it was made out of Tinker Toys. I can put a picture of that right now. I'll put a picture right now. Editing. Woo. So I think something tangled when I took it off. So when I went to try to re-put it on the Swift and get it onto this to see how many yards I had, because I wanted to take off some yards for the dyeing project for the scarflet. Oh boy, was it the biggest yarn barf, as you call it, ever. It took me I wasted probably half an hour just trying to get this thing back untangled on this. So right now it's just going to stay on here, but this is my 2-yard one, which I did a measuring tape measurement, and I got 70 inches instead of 72. Not bad. Close enough. I'm good with that. And then this one is my 1.5 yards. So this is 56 inches, which I think 1.5 yards is 54. So again, a couple inches off. Not bad. And I had one more piece. What did I do with that? And then if I get more of the connectors, then I have a 1-yard one, which 34 inches. Again, just 2 inches off. Not too bad. So those turned out pretty well, and it works like a breeze. So this thing worked really nice. I'm very happy with it. To take the yarn off, you just pop off one of these end caps, slide it off, and you got your, well, first you should tie it off, so I'll tie it off first. But honestly, I've just kind of been practicing my dyeing, so I'm just taking off small portions. So if anything, I might, rewind from this to another one to get the appropriate yardage I want. So I'm hoping I pulled off enough for the first one, for the scarflet. I think I did. I used my daughter's, weighed it, then weighed the yarn I pulled off there, and it's a little under. I might step up a needle size just to make sure that I have enough, because that would kind of stink. I love coffee. That's my drink of choice. I love coffee cups. We have an eclectic collection, so I will showcase my collection of coffee cups. This one is my CATT coffee mug. It says, "Everything tastes better with cat hair in it." And when my cats were living upstairs, yes, cat hair was everywhere. It still pokes its head around, but it's not as bad now that they're in the basement. Again, maybe next episode I will do film it from the basement and let you meet my cats, Sadie and Devo, my babies. They're in the intro. So yeah, I am very, very pleased with the Nitty Notty. Have not touched the spindle idea. Actually, someone on Ravelry sent me a lovely message with a place to get a pretty inexpensive wooden spindle. I think $7.99, no shipping, from Etsy. I'll have to check it out more, but if my experiment doesn't work, then okay, I can do $8 for a spindle. Still need to figure out where I'm going to get material, because I'd love to just get an ounce or two of raw fleece that I can just feel and, pick and card and do everything myself, wash it, just everything. I want to start bare bones. I want to start with just straight off the sheep. I don't want roving. I don't want, any of the stuff that's already been processed. I want to do everything. I want to try it, and then I want to try to spin it and see what happens. So, I'm going to put up a vote. I will, maybe on the Facebook page and the Ravelry page, I don't know, for my project bag that I want to make. I already had one vote for the chevron with brown. So that's the one, chevron and brown. And again, I can post pictures with the pole. That's option 1. And I'm thinking a little drawstring bag to hold socks or some small project scarves. Then the second one was the blue, green and yellow, blue and green kind of combo. Really like them both. So let's see what you think. What would make a good project bag? Maybe I should make 2 project bags, but we'll start with one. I've never made a project bag before, so I can, you know, my sewing skills are advanced beginner. I don't know, still kind of beginner, but you know, I've made, I'm trying to make a skirt, but I made my test pattern and it's too big, so after I fiddled with that for so long, I kind of put it in the back, put it in timeout. So I'll get back to that. But other than that, I made a real flowy top. Again, it was kind of just a tube. I made a pillowcase dress, made a sewing machine cover, you know, real simple projects. So project bag should be simple drawstring. Don't have to worry about any zippers or enclosures or anything. So that's, I think I can handle it. I did make a little purse, the purse that you also see in the intro, which was really cute, bias tape purse. I really like that, and that was probably one of the more complicated things, and first time using bias tape. Also, and I made the bias tape myself, so that was, I like just, and I made my own bias tape maker. So maybe I will pull that out and show you that. I found a tutorial how to print out on cardstock and make a bias tape maker. And it worked pretty well. So the first time I printed out, I think I forgot to set it to 100%, so it didn't work very well. But as soon as I fixed that problem, it worked out just fine. So maybe I'll pull out that bag, and I had a little magnet enclosure in there. So that was a learning experience, and fun and cute. Just a cute little bag for date night. So what is your thought about taking knitting on a plane? I've heard lots of positive stories and lots of horror stories about people losing their stuff in security, or only packing plastic needles because the metal needles will be confiscated, or, well, if you're going to do it, then bring a self-addressed stamped envelope so that you can, you know, send your stuff home if it does get confiscated. But I feel like for getting through the airport security, I'm already anxious about that to begin with. With 2 kids, 2 young kids, maybe I should just leave the knitting in my main bag, because I was gonna just, you know, maybe knit on the plane. The kids will be pretty occupied with their activity books and, you know, watching some movies and stuff. And I thought, okay, that'd be a perfect time to catch up on some knitting, but I just don't know. I do have some cheapy, I have a really, like my mom had found them at a garage sale, real cheap needle set that I could potentially just put one project on it and see what happens. You know, maybe I'll do that. I haven't decided yet. I have to decide soon. But maybe if I start a scarflet on some cheapy needles, at least on the plane, and then when I get to Florida, I can switch them to my better needles. Could try that. I mean, I have a wooden set of needles. But they're nice. They're my Knit Picks Caspian set. I really don't want to lose those. And I feel like just dealing with an envelope and all that stuff seems just too complicated. My husband would probably advise I don't even bring them. So that's my conflict. So curious of your opinion. Obviously, I will make my decision before my trip, but I'll let you know how that goes. So my episode today, I've called The Problem with Socks. So I thought I'd go into socks. It's kind of a, like, big thing in the knitting community, making socks. They're daunting, you know, if you're using double pointed needles, just using double pointed needles is usually daunting, and people are like, whoa, crazy, when I have like 4 little sticks flying around. So, you know, that number 1. Or you can do them, of course, magic loop, or 2 circulars, and you can do toe up, you can do cuff down, you can do blah, 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 but, you know, that's just always a big thing. So I've made 3 pair, well, 2.5 pair of socks. And actually, this was the yarn I was going to talk about in episode 1. I mentioned that I'm going to use it to make a pattern called My Favorite Scarf. I will put that pattern up, and I will link it in the show notes as well. But here's a picture of my favorite scarf. So I'm looking, so that's what this is, and it's Cherry Tree Hill Finger Paints. Now I notice when I put things up close, they get a little blurry, so I'm not going to get too close. But it's red and a black. I think it's striping. I don't know. It might be striping yarn. But whatever it is, it's pretty. And this was my very first fancy yarn purchase. One of my good friends, Kelly, lives she lived up in Bay City at the time, which is kind of mid-Michigan. But she knits and crochets and has done so for a long time. I've actually only knit since 2008, so it's kind of a newer hobby, but I'm very into it. But we went to a yarn store in Freeland, I think it was. I think we discussed that on our Facebook page the other day. We couldn't remember where we went, and I don't think the store is there anymore. It's moved. But anyways, it was my first time in a nice yarn place. Because again, I'm a Joanne lady. That's where I go. But so I had to buy something, and it was between $15 and $20 for this thing, I think, which probably isn't that bad considering I spent $30 for the Bad Day Sparkle from the lemonade shop that I made, the little scarflet I had, the black one with the little rainbow bursts in it. So I said, okay, I'm gonna make a pair of socks. And this was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was before my daughter was born, so I want to say it was like 5 years ago. So this was gonna be my socks. So I made a sock, toe up, I think, double points. I had to have been following a pattern, I think, but I don't really remember. I'm sure I had a pattern, I don't remember the pattern. But it doesn't matter because the sock looked hideous. Here is the sock. I will put a picture of the sock up there. Hello, editing. Yeah, so I did too many increases, and then to compensate I decreased it again in the middle, and so then it kind of looks weird. It kind of like it goes out and then goes in. Then I got the heel went well, okay, that was good. And then I got to the cuff and I started freaking out like, okay, I don't know how much yarn I'm gonna have left for the second sock, I gotta make sure, so I don't want to make the cuff too big, and I don't know what I'm doing. And so I made a cuff that was like, tiny little thing. I bound off that I thought using a stretchy bind off because I wanted to go up my foot, but I probably was the first time I did the stretchy bind off, and I don't remember the exact one again. Maybe, probably Jenny's, because Jenny's incredibly stretchy bind off, whatever, super stretchy bind off. Because that's the one I always use now. So I probably used that one, but I must have done it wrong because it was not stretchy. And it was like really hard to pull up on my foot. I could get it on my foot, and once I got it on my foot, it looked okay. And I thought, okay, well, I'll make the other one. Well, it's sat in my drawer for 4 or 5 years. So just now, recently, like last December, I pulled out the sock and I unraveled it. So that's what this is. This is the unraveled sock. And because I said there's no way I'm ever making a sock to match that atrocity. So I pulled it out. So now I have all my yarn again. And now I've learned, hey, you know what? Split your yarn in half and knit each half with one sock for each half. Hey, that's genius. So, but I wasn't thinking that at the time. I just had a cake of yarn and just went and then freaked out because I didn't know if I'd have enough. So, but now I'm going to make a scarf, so it doesn't matter. I'm not making socks with this. It's just 100% merino, I think, but it's very pretty, soft, squishy. So I'm going to make that's one of my next projects with all the scarflets, and then that's for me. But I did then make a pair last December of the easy peasy socks for first timers or whatever. So it turned out okay. However, I used a just cheap acrylic yarn, which, okay, you probably shouldn't use that for socks apparently. I kind of didn't really think about it, but it's all warm like twice, and now it's all like fuzzy and weird and pilly all over the bottom. So, and I slipped and fell down the stairs in them too, I think. So, yeah, I wear them occasionally, but usually maybe if I'm just laying in bed and just want to keep my feet warm. They're kind of more just slipper socks to wear in bed and walking very carefully. I haven't worn them out. I don't wear them out of the house. So then, just hot off the needles, really. I did my first knit along, KAL for short, in my Facebook knit and chat group. You should check it out if you're really into knitting. Knitting only. It's knit and chat. They're very firm with that, but great group. Great group of ladies. It's huge group. Lots of admins. Sometimes a little drama here and there, but they really handle it well. I've been a part of a lot of groups in my time in this group. It's fast, though. You post something and there's just so many posts. It's fast group, so it's but it's a lot of fun. You see a lot of cool projects. I mean, I've added so many favorites and other patterns in my Ravelry queue, like nonstop since I've been on that group, because I'm constantly seeing, oh, I want to do that. Ooh, I want to do that. So, but they did a knit along for March, sock knit along, and they selected some patterns, and you picked one and picked whatever yarn you wanted, and you did it. So I made these. They were called Groovy. I will link to the pattern again in the show notes. And all these patterns, I try very hard to keep my Ravelry page up to date with all the projects I do. So if you're on Ravelry, look me up, Mrs. Andrea Knits, and all these projects are on my project page, except for the unknown hideous sock that is not on my Ravelry page. I do have some yucky like old, just bad projects there, because I was, when I started knitting, I put everything on there. But for the most part, I put all my good projects on there. Well, no, I put all of them. I have them at the bottom. There's the hat I frogged, if you want to see the Bad Day Sparkle hat with the cool lightning bolt. That's on there. It's at the bottom, because I frogged it, but I kept the pictures on there because it looked cool. So, just the hat just didn't look good on me. And that yarn is for me, so I'm making something for me, so I wasn't going to give it away or anything. So this sock is good. Not great. It's too big. A little too big. And that's because I was being lazy. I did 2 at a time, toe up, two skeins of yarn. However, on 2 circulars. That's 2 sets of circulars, toe up, 2 at a time. It was quite a sight. However, my smallest circular is size 4, which, okay, the needle size recommended for the yarn is a 3, and needle sizes recommended for socks are like 0 to 2. So I made these on a 4, okay, so that wasn't really smart, but I really wanted to make them, and I really wanted to do 2 at a time because I thought it'd be faster. Really not sure 2 at a time is faster, because I feel like I spent a lot of time twisting around, finding my right yarn, figuring out where I was, and like I'm the one that kind of picks up and knits a row or 2, puts it down, and it comes, like anytime I put it down and had to pick it back up, then I had to like figure out, okay, what was the sock 1, okay, where am I at, okay, this is row, okay, what am I doing? So it was a lot of that. So it took most of the month. It was a month knit along, so I did finish them. But yes, I think I increased a little. I think I might have increased a little too much. So I should have stepped down to the next pattern, whatever it said in the pattern. I did 56. I should have went down to whatever the next lowest one was, because I think with the lace pattern, it just it was a little more stretchy. But they're nice. I'll wear them. I've worn them a couple times. Not bad. I really like the pattern. I would make these specific pattern again too. Groovy. So it was pretty easy to memorize the pattern once it started. Also, I bought the Fish Lips Kiss heel, which is like the best heel ever. There's no picking up stitches, no anything, it's just magic. It's a magic heel. It's just magic. The way and the pattern's $1. She just kind of charges $1 just to say, she worked hard on it. It's a very long explanation of math and all this stuff. Not much math you have to do, but she just explains how it works and everything. So it was a very well put together pattern, so it was worth $1. But you just stop at the heel, which again she explains how to make this cardboard cutout. I don't have it, but it's a cardboard of my foot with markings on it, so you know when to stop, when to do the heel, when to, you know, if you're, and it doesn't matter if you cuff down or toe up, there's a different, she's got markings for everything, so if you're cuff down, you knit to whatever mark and start your heel and whatever, but just the way she has these stitches, like there's these different type of twisted stitch something or other that she does, and it just starts to bring the heel together on half. You stop at the heel where you're going to do the heel, you pick up half the stitches, so the bottom stitches, and then you just work this thing out and in, and then you pick up the stitches again back on the front side and go around again. So it's like amazing. It was really amazing. Now I have a little bit of a gapping on the sides. I don't know if I pulled it tight enough. You could sew that up if you wanted, but I don't know if it's because I had such big needles too. Thinking with smaller needles it'd be less of a problem. So, but those are my experience with socks. And now it's April, and they're doing the April knit along. So my next pattern is going to be, it's called pinstripe socks. I can link it again on the website. And for that, if I find something really cool at this Brandon's Yarn Boutique, I might use that. But for now, I bought some yarn today at Joann. Just Premier Yarns, Deborah Norville, Serenity. But I think I saw a couple other people use this colorway. It's called Spring Fling. It's appropriate for the time of year too. But it's a self-striping that's got like just some cool patterning and stuff in it. So I'm excited. And this time I'm going to do one at a time on double pointed needles. Still going to do toe up. I am a big fan of toe up just because I do like tall socks. So I want to use up all the yarn and make them as tall as I can make them. So another thing I bought at Joann's was another thing of fisherman's wool, because that's what I use to dye, because I'm practicing with the dyeing. So you know, it's fairly expensive and it's a large skein. So I'll break that, and that's what's on the Nitty Knotty. So I break that up into smaller bits and dye them. And all these had 50% off coupons. Found 4 50% off coupons. I had 2 in my email, 1 online, and 1 because I took a survey. So yeah. And then the last thing I got was blending filament. Thinking of adding this in with the rainbow stripe yarn to make the scarflet for Emily's teacher. See how it looks. See if it, I don't know if it's going to be too much, or if it's going to look weird with the white. But I'm going to try it, and it's just a little sparkly thread to hold and knit. Also, I will probably use this for her other teacher, who says she wants black. Black? So, or she said any color, because I said, what color do you like? She's like, well, I want to wear the black coat. Black's good. And I'm like, yeah, black. She's like, or any color. So I gotta look through my stash and see if I can find something, maybe dark purple. I feel like I make a lot of purple things. My purple socks, my purple gloves. I feel like I use a lot of purple. Okay, so my camera turned off on me automatically. It said, this is going to be stopped, or this automatically stopped recording. So I'm not sure why, if I have a limit of how long I can record on this camera. So there's going to be some little edits here and there. Also, at one point, my stove beeped because my yarn was done steaming. So if you've seen a little fade-ins or outs or glitches or whatever I'm going to do in the editing, that's why. So as I was saying, the sparkle yarn, going to use it for the scarflets. Might do purple for one of Emily's teachers. She wanted black. But black with the sparkle could look nice too. It could be, that. I'll try both maybe. And I think I have a lot of black. I could use, I have a lot of purple too. So I don't know. Maybe 2 strands held together, black and purple? That might be overkill. So anyways, I think I should wrap up soon because my camera's telling me I've taken too much video. So I was hoping to have my yarn dyed before I filmed this, but it's in the pot, steaming, or cooling down now, so hopefully it turns out and I can post, I'll probably post pictures of it on Facebook and Ravelry. And then hopefully maybe by the end of my trip I'll have the finished product and I can show that. But I was going to show the rest of the yarn I've dyed. I haven't dyed very much, but a couple things. So I have this. This is a neon purple, green, pink using the McCormick neon food colors. So I love this. This turned out great. I thought about making some slipper socks type thing with them, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So I don't know if I have enough either. So I need to find something cool to do with this. Maybe something for Emily. And then this one was a weird one. So same time I dyed this, no, same time I dyed it was like the pink, orange, yellow, the one I made Emily's little scarf that I showed off last time. I made a yarn I tried to make kind of a speckled. I took all the leftover dye that I had for the orange, so it was like orange, yellow, red dye that I had, and I just kind of was flashing it around and did it like that. Well, it looked kind of funky. Here's a picture of that. So I wasn't sure about it, so I hemmed and hawed, and so then I just figured I threw the whole thing in a pot of purple. And this was purple Kool-Aid and some of the neon purple. So if you look really close, which I can't put it that close without it going blurry probably, it's got lots of variegation. There's some light purples, there's almost some kind of brownish tones. It's very earthy. I like it. I thought it turned out really nice. So I have all these things now, and I have to come up with projects. I feel like I'm making these dyed yarns. And actually this one I was thinking of making a felted tote bag. That's what I was going to do. I was going to take this and some of just the bare white and maybe make either stripes or maybe top purple with the bottom being white. Because I don't think I have quite enough of this to make a whole bag the size I want. And I don't want big, but a decent. I've never felted, so that's a new, again, I'm always trying to learn new techniques, especially knitting techniques. So I might try that. I have a pattern I found that I liked. So if I do top purple, bottom, just the bottom white, except then bottom white, is that going to be like, if I'm setting it on the ground, it's going to get too dingy looking? I don't know, maybe I should just do purple and white stripes, and end on the purple, so that hides the dirt if I'm flinging it around. So something to think about, but of course I'm backlogged on projects, so just not worry about it. So, clip of the week. I figured I can show off a hair clip every week because I wear my hair clips a lot. This is my little bow, and I have a couple of them, different colors. And it's just a little hair clip, hot glued on there. But I need to start making some more perler clips and start showing those off because they're fun. Maybe I can do a perler clip for a giveaway. That'd be something that would be pretty easy to do on my end. Something pretty simple. I don't know what everyone would like. So please feel free to comment. Tell me what would you like for a giveaway. Also, I try to think of things to wear that I've made because I know, show off what I've done. So this is one of those crazy arm knit cowls. So yes, this was knit with my arms, and that was quite the craze at Seam last winter. I love them. I have 3 of them. I want more, but it's getting to be nicer weather, so I'll probably wait till next winter. But I made a couple as gifts. I taught my mom how to make one. She made 3 of them as gifts too. But they are also on my Ravelry page. But this pink one I think is my favorite. I have a cream colored one. Oh, actually I have 4 of them. So I have a cream colored one, I have a gray and red one, which I was kind of trying to be Christmassy, but not red-white Christmassy, but kind of wish I would have done red-white. But it's red and gray, so I like it. And then a black, kind of a black, same tweed, heathered, whatever. It's black with specks in it. But I think the pink is my favorite. I like pink. So those are my arm knit cowls. I actually attempted to make a blanket out of like 3 strands of homespun I don't think it was thick enough, and then it ended up being a tangled mess, so I had to throw it out. But yeah, I mean, I wish there was more I could do with the arm knitting. I feel like the cowl is it. Like, people have made blankets, but I either need like 20 bulky strands of yarn, or which, you know, then I need like 4 of each, whatever, so then that doesn't become worth it as far as the cost, I think. But cowls, I like cowls. They're good with sweaters, so I need to think of more summer projects. So shawls, maybe I need to start working on shawls. But I feel like you need the thin, lacy yarn. I don't know, could I use this to make a shawl, maybe? That could be nice, a summery shawl. In this bright, pretty summery colors. So keep that on my radar. Well, I think that's all I have for today. Thanks again for watching and supporting my new adventure. I will be sunning it up in Florida, and but I will be home when I post this. So I will be ready to start episode 3 when I get back and share all my stories of sunny Florida and the big house we're staying in. We're actually going with my husband's family, so it's a family of, or there's 12 of us, and his parents rented this very lovely house that we're going to stay in. So yeah, I'm going to have lots of stories, hopefully, and hopefully I make it to the yarn store so I can do some show and tell if I get anything. And hopefully I'll get some projects done next week, because, you know, there's going to be a lot of just hanging out by the pool, and hopefully the kids are going to be good. Hopefully they don't running around too much. Some, of course, they're going to run around, but I'm hoping I have some downtime. So with that, I say goodbye and have a good week. Thank you.